Welcome back to Super Sister Signs, a best friends podcast where we talk life, love, and a little bit of astrology. I am your no-nonsense Capricorn co-host, Juanita.
And I am your cozy, compassionate Cancer co-host, Brooke. You might have noticed a little bit of a time jump. You might be wondering, what's going on? You might have noticed that I said fiance in catch-up corner. We didn't address it. You might have noticed Juanita's just talking about a new guy, sort of. A lot's going on.
We lost a lot of our episodes. So essentially, Brooke is being really cryptic about it. But
yeah, my hard drive broke. I was being dumb. I was not backing up everything to a cloud service. I was like, hard drive will be enough. I forgot that hard drives fail like all the time. Kind of, they're famous for it. I thought they were famous for working. I was wrong. So we lost a lot of episodes. We started recording back in February, and then we had a pretty sizable backlog. And now we don't. Today is Wednesday.
Catch-up corner was the only salvageable episode, and that
was in June.
That would be June.
Yeah, that was beginning of June. So we did a big jump, and now we're doing a small jump to mid-July. And from now on, the rest of our episodes will be pretty present day because we don't have a backlog anymore because I lost it all.
It's not your fault, and I'm not even mad.
No, it's an opportunity for growth. You helped me do a beautiful reframe. I was devastated, and you were like, you know what? No matter what, this is for the best. We're learning a lot. We're very new to this. So what? We had like 6 practice episodes no one will ever hear.
And I think that's great. I've been learning a lot from listening to myself and trying to like self-correct on some things. And you're our, tech girl.
Yeah.
And you're getting a lot better. It's easier for you to edit and things like that. So the learning curve was steep. And it's still curving.
It's curving. I will say it's very astrological.
Tell me.
The timing of what happened.
Okay.
Because Saturn station retrograde late last week.
Okay.
And Saturn, I talk about actually in Catch-Up Corner. It's like the rule maker and the rule follower. She loves structure. She loves rules. She loves routine. So when a planet is retrograde, typically you are going to be reviewing that area of your life that planet rules. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't have to be like this big scary thing. It doesn't mean like everything's bad in that part of your life. It just means like double check some stuff, slow down, assess what's not working, maybe make some big changes. My fiance, Joe, and I like manically redecorated the office this week, and I was like, this is giving Saturn retrograde. So anyway, losing a bunch of data and then having that impact our routine and the structure of our podcast was pretty Saturn retrograde. And Mercury station's retrograde this week.
I saw that. And which one is Mercury? Mercury retrograde is the one that everyone is mad about all the time, right?
Yes, because it happens.
Because it happens
a lot, 3 or 4 times a year. Retrograde just means that. So most of the time, a planet is moving forward in space. It's going on a circle. It does an orbit. Mm-hmm. It does its little thing around the sun. And it's moving forward. But sometimes she goes, and she rewinds, and she starts going backwards. So when it's going forwards, it's called direct. When it's backwards, it's retrograde.
She's driving down the street looking for a parking spot. She drove past one. She's doing a frantic 3-point turn.
Juanita, exactly. I feel like I've never heard someone describe it so succinctly. Because also, when you're doubling back and you're looking for that parking spot, you're reviewing things, you're slowing down, you're going, what did I miss? You're combing through the details, which is what a retrograde period is all about. And some planets, like Saturn, are farther away, so their retrogrades happen less often. But Mercury is the famous one because it happens like 3 or 4 times a year. It's always happening to us. And Mercury rules communication and technology and travel. So in the modern day, when those things are like slowing down or breaking or going wrong because like essentially Mercury is telling you to pay attention to those structures and systems, it often manifests as like your flight is delayed and your text didn't go through and your hard drive with all your podcast episodes crashed. So that's your little retrograde lesson for the day.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So now that we're just kind of in the future.
Yeah.
When you're listening to this, it is the past and the future. And I won't elaborate. You've already, you know why.
You know why. You've listened to a podcast before.
I have to tell you about my doctor's appointment today.
Please.
So I got a referral. I've had this, like, I guess, benign heart murmur my whole life.
Huh?
But, like, ever since I remember, doctors have been like, you have a heart murmur. Don't worry about it. So I've never worried about it.
Yeah.
And multiple people brought it up to me, and they're like, that's fine. And funny. I went to a new PCP because I'm new to LA, so I'm doing, like, all my doctors. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you have a heart murmur? I was like, I know. And he was like, well, let's get it checked out just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a referral to a cardiologist 6 months ago, and now I'm finally doing it.
Well, that's how referrals work from what it sounds like.
No, I just never called.
It was not a waiting list. You made them wait.
I made them wait. And they said, we've been waiting for you. Yeah. Because I made the appointment and could, like, be seen, like, in a week or two.
Yeah.
Okay, so I show up to this cardiology office, very small, and the nurse, like, does my, like, vitals and puts nodes on me to, like, listen to my heart. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And then she's like, now you can see the doctor. So I walk into this doctor's office. This man is like a Pixar character. When I walk in, I see this, like, small doctor's office, a lot of wood furniture, a lot of wood paneling, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Covered with boxes of files everywhere. Diplomas on the wall and boxes of files. And he is at least 80 years old, sitting, old Indian man, 80 years old.
Crying with laughter.
Sitting on his desk. He's hunched over his desk. Also on his desk, there was a Target lamp with the tag still on it.
Stop. Someone tried to spruce it up.
There was a Happy Mother's Day teddy bear.
What?
In the corner.
This man just has things.
There was a big oil painting on the wall of, like, a snowy Victorian village.
Why?
So he's hunched over his desk. You may think doing paperwork, doing a doctorly thing. No. In his left hand, he's holding a magnifying glass. No. It's a small glass, but it's thick. It's so thick.
Why is it small? Is it like a jeweler's loop?
No, it's not. It's not like that small. It is just like, imagine a magnifying glass and just a little bit smaller and the thickest lens you've ever seen.
Okay.
If you've ever seen me in glasses, like then 3 times thicker than that.
Okay.
And so he is holding it with his left hand, hunched over his desk. On the desk is his iPhone.
No.
His texts are open. When I walk in, he's texting. And the way he's texting is he's using his index finger on his right hand to slowly press every letter one by one with the magnifying glass.
That is not real.
So I walk in and he's already like a sentence in. And then I sit there and he goes, I'll be with you in 1 moment. I sit there for maybe 3 minutes.
No.
While he painstakingly finishes this text.
Stop.
And it was in response to a picture of a group, maybe family. And he was just taking this time to use his magnifying glass to respond letter by letter.
How does he read anything?
With his magnifying glass.
Oh my God.
And then, so something about me is that I used to be a standardized patient in Chicago. I did that for many, many years.
Which I think you need to explain.
I will. A standardized patient is it's a program that medical schools will have where they will hire actors or people to be there to be standardized patients, meaning we would learn cases. We'd have name, age, all that. We'd have an illness, onset, symptoms. We'd learn this whole case. And on exam days, we would be in a room and a medical student would come in and do the whole role play encounter.
So fun.
And so it was a great job, and it's honestly an amazing program for students because I don't think I've ever had like a good doctor's experience.
No,
like they all have
impossible
terrible bedside manner, and I say that because our job is like not only to be there to be bodies to be examined or practicing like asking diagnostic questions, but our main function was to give them written feedback about how they made us feel. When you did this, it made me feel this way, et cetera, et cetera.
That's huge.
And so it's for them to practice their bedside manner. And as a professional patient, I have never actually encountered a doctor who is good at that.
That is wild.
So it's great that there are students training in that.
Yeah.
And when I say this was one of the most delightful doctor-patient interactions I've ever had, and if he was my medical student, he was my learner, he would have honestly gotten a mixed review.
Yeah.
I mean, but distractions is a category, and he
was distracted for sure for 3 minutes up top.
but he was, like you go to a doctor's office and they're just typing away and they're not looking at you, and and it takes 2 minutes. He actually took a little bit of time, and he's hand rating all of his notes. And he's asking things like, where were you born? Oh, Spokane, Washington. And he goes, oh, it's cold there. It snows. Is that where the Boeing factory is? He's like, Juanita Anderson. Indian accent this whole time. Imagine that.
I will.
Juanita. That's a Hispanic name. Yes. Anderson. That's an American name. Yes. And then he looks and he goes, Anderson. It's with an O, but yours is with an E. That's okay. And I go, O is Swedish and E is Danish. And he goes, oh, there's a little Danish town by Santa Barbara. What's it called? I go, oh, Solvang. I think I'm going next week. He goes, oh, it's great, but you can't go for just one night. Hotels will make you book for 2 nights, and hotel prices have doubled lately, or at least I feel like that. Go get a pastry or whatever.
Oh, my word.
And he's taking notes, and he goes, how long have you been obese? I was not weighed at this doctor's appointment. This doctor looks at me and goes, how long have you been obese?
I'm fucking speechless right now. That threw me for a loop. That is crazy.
And I go, I've been fat my whole life. And he handwritten goes, whole life.
My soul is like somewhere in the sky, like just watching you have this interaction with this doctor.
And when I tell you, it was one of the best doctor-patient interactions I've had in my whole life. So I'm not lying. If that doctor had been 30, that would have been a problem.
Oh my God.
An 80-year-old man who needs a magnifying glass to type asking me how long I've been obese, that's hilarious.
He set the stage for what? He set the stage, when you walked in.
Yeah. I just had to tell you, that happened this morning. I did tell you about that.
How long have you been obese? I've been fat my whole life.
Whole life.
Did you even like skip a beat?
There was one beat skip, just like my heart.
Yeah. Just like your heart murmur.
Yeah, just like my heart murmur.
Which is still benign, undiagnosed. We don't know.
Well, I had to go back for an ultrasound.
Oh, okay. He's just getting to know you.
Yeah. Those types of things I've, just had to be like, you just gotta be like,
yeah,
whatever,
Wow.
Like famously when I won $150,000 on a game show, which you all know about. After I won the money, I went backstage to like fill out paperwork. And did I tell you about this?
I don't think so.
Before the show, there was this like on-set comedian who presumably they would use when there was like live audiences to hype up the crowd. No audience, by the way, when we recorded.
What?
So you didn't know that?
Wait.
I didn't tell you that?
No, I think all of this is kind of coming back to me, but it's just like bonkers.
All the applause and the laughter is all like piped in and fake when you watch my episode.
Oh my God. Maybe I didn't know that.
But he was kind of there like talking to us and being like, oh, what song do you want to hear? And I'd be like, oh, play this Olivia Rodrigo song, whatever. So we had like kind of a rapport beforehand. And I'm doing my paperwork and they're like, oh, yeah, are you going to get a drink tonight? And I was like, maybe. I had no intention of doing that, but I was not killing the vibe because I just want a lot. I was like, oh, maybe. And they're like, what do you like to drink? And I'm like, I love an old fashioned. And the person was like, oh, I'm trying to think of what place is like a really good old fashioned. And then the comedian like passes by behind me. And I was like, oh, what does he say? He said, it's so funny you're asking the pregnant woman about drinking. And I go, who's pregnant? And he goes, oh, he just... He like really awkwardly just like slunk away. But like is the same is like how long have you been obese? You just have to be like,
my God, people are so weird. Also, I think that like people legitimately don't know what pregnant bodies look like.
I don't know, but it was just so crazy. And like in 2025, we're still assuming people like we have.
Why are we talking
that's
about
like a famous mistake to make.
It's famous. It's decades old. It's not even funny anymore.
Just don't do it. But it's just you know, whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, it didn't ruin my day. It could have ruined my day in a different time of my life.
But now you just go, I haven't found my whole life. Whole life.
So yeah, there might be a moment of what? And then you just got to pretend like it doesn't bother you.
Yeah. Like a benign heart murmur.
Yeah, it's not bothering me. Now it's time for Capricorn and Cancer moment of the week. Mine's brief and just work related, obviously, because I'm a Capricorn.
Of course.
I was at work last night at my restaurant job, and I work front of house, so I'm a server, but the nature of this restaurant job is sometimes you're working other positions. So sometimes you're hosting, sometimes you are serving, sometimes you're expo. So I was at expo last night, and for those of you who don't know, that means that I was expediting the food, which means it comes through the window from the kitchen. I check that it's correct, and then send it out to the table, do whatever, make sure they have the right utensils, the sides, whatever. Cool. If it's not correct, then I will send it back to the kitchen, tell whoever is on the station. And I work in a pizza place, and there are lots of stations. So there's builds. They're building the pie. There's ovens. They're like baking. There is box, and
how fun.
And then there's slice. So there are like lots of different people that I'm communicating at all times with. And there's salad. So when I get like the starters, I'm calling like fire meatballs, fireballs.
Stop.
Fire gems, whatever. And I'm like keeping track and like also looking at the clock and just making.
You're literally saying fireballs.
Fireballs all the time. 2 balls all day.
What does that mean?
It means so when I have all my tickets in front of me and I can see like, okay, I'm waiting on a beans. I'm waiting on a salad, and then I have a meatballs, and then a couple tickets later, another meatball comes in. So I've already fired one, but then another one comes in, and just so that they remember that they are already working on one, I go 2 all day, so they know that they owe me 2 eventually. And as they come in, I'm keeping track of how many things. So like 3 gems all day, 2 balls all day, and whatever.
Incredible.
So it's a lot to keep track of, and then I'm also communicating with the servers, and like the expo is kind of the liaison of communication between front of house and back of house. I like it, and I think I'm good at it. And there was he's not new to the kitchen, but he is new to box, which is kind of like the expo of the kitchen. So he like takes the whole pies and gives them to me, and he was doing great and was really like making my life easy, because some people on certain stations will really just ruin your life. Because you know they're things and you have to pay attention because they're gonna fuck up on this and that and whatever.
I cannot stand it when someone is not good at their job and you're in a job where teamwork is required.
It's
Anyway.
And I only got minimally aggravated last night, and it wasn't with him. And after we were closing up, and I said, "Thank you. You were great. You made my life so easy tonight." And he was like, "Yeah, you too. You're a great expo." And he like really meant it. And I was like, I appreciate that. But like that's the sort of compliment that I live for. My Capricorn heart is like, I'm going to do everything I do is going to be to the tens.
Yeah, you just like got a compliment for doing a great job. And
he didn't have to tell me I was doing a great job. He's not my boss or anything.
No. It's so nice.
Anyway, that was nice and validating.
Yeah.
The little workhorse in me.
Clomp, clomp.
Clomp, clomp away. My little sea goat hooves. Clomp, clomp. All right. Come on, Cancer. What's up?
Well,
you can't see him, but Frank
looks
Brooke's cat.
So darling right now.
Really?
Can you get a picture of him, Joe? Just for...
Oh
my God, is this my Cancer moment of the week?
No.
Stopping everything to point at my cat?
That's cat owner behavior.
You're right. Okay, this is not really like a moment, but all week this week. Okay, so to backtrack a little bit, we moved.
Yeah.
We moved into the house.
Yeah.
That was referenced in episode 3, if you listened. I referenced that we were like technically still thinking about, like, we had just gotten the news of the ability to apply basically for this house. And it was very scary, but it was very exciting, and the move was exhausting, and it's over now. And
so worth it.
Don't ever want to think about it ever again. It is so awesome here. I love living here. It's beautiful. We have this little podcast zone in this corner that's really sweet, and I'm excited to just like keep doing so. Well, okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So things have been kind of chaotic since we moved in. Like, we were throwing parties, and like well before we were able to really
iconic parties where we were shoving bric-a-brac into your room.
Yes. We threw a massive party where there were different games in every room of the house.
Awesome.
And then a haunt halfway through. So, like, basically everything turned evil and all the games changed. And yeah, like literally our friends Belle and Lucille hung up art in the kitchen while you like took just piles of things that like aren't organized yet and just shoved them in our room, and we put staff only posters on the door so no one would come in. And then Joe's best friend Garrett just moved to LA from Indianapolis. Shout out Garrett.
Shout out.
He was living with us for like 3 weeks, which delightful, and we were prepared for that. That was like actually part of the reason we were excited to have all this extra space. But and then I was cat sitting, and I was like not living here. It was just all too much. Now I'm back. I've been firmly back.
Thank God.
The house is to ourselves. We also just got a kitten alert. Like a couple weeks ago. His name is Possum, and I'm obsessed with him. He's perfect. He's perfect in every way. He's so playful and smart and beautiful and kind and sweet and cuddly and brave. He's so brave. But now he's feeling a little more settled in, and so like basically every day this week I have just been kind of throwing all my responsibilities to the wind and just manically working on one of the rooms in the house, like to the point of sweat pouring out of my eyeballs, just like interior designing and moving furniture around and going crazy bananas. The rugs in this room are all... That rug was over there. It's all... It's nuts. It's awesome. And I've been
It is awesome. It looks... So much progress has been made.
Thank you. So I've just been staying up very late and just like popping the fuck off on the house and like not looking at my phone for hours. And it's been... I feel like I've been in my element. It's awesome.
You're nesting.
Yeah. So I'm really and it's Cancer season.
Cancer is very much of the home.
Yes, we love to nest.
Love to be cozy in your home.
Mm-hmm. And we like to host. I feel like hosting is a common theme amongst Cancers. Well, some Cancers. I think it can like manifest in different ways, but I really like to host. Joe really likes to host. So we were doing a lot of hosting, but now I can do my nesting.
Yes.
Which is nice. And then we can be better at hosting because our nest will be cleaner and more functional and more beautiful. There is nothing I like more than the combination of beauty and function.
Mm-hmm.
Design and function.
Mm-hmm.
Mwah.
Should we talk about why we're
screaming, crying, throwing up? I'm screaming, crying, throwing up.
I know what I'm screaming about.
Tell me.
Next Gen NYC now streaming on Peacock. It is so good. It is so good. I'm screaming in a good way. This show is a spin-off of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which is also an excellent show. It was both, we started it actually as like our intro to the Real Housewives universe. We started it together back in Chicago.
Yeah. For me, it was more of a reintroduction because as a child, one of my only cable channels was Bravo. So I did watch like OG Beverly Hills in New York as like a small kid.
I did not know that. That explains a lot, I think, about our friendship and your personality. And anyway, I'm very pleased to hear that. Me? I'm pleased. It features Brooks Marks, who is the son of Seth and Meredith. Meredith, iconic. Seth, one of the funniest, horniest men on reality TV, on television in general. And it is set in NYC, featuring the next generation of human beings. Some of them are children of Real Housewives.
Most of them are.
I think only 4 or 5 of them, and then there's like 4 or 5 who are just like trust fund.
You think there are that many?
Maybe not. I guess I'm counting like Dylan and Shy.
No, don't.
Okay, I won't.
Like,
I guess it's really just 3. It's like Georgia, Charlie, and Ava. Is that her name?
Ava, yeah. They're not.
There's a new episode today.
I know. I thought about it because Brooke got me on this, and it is 5 minutes in. I'm hooked. I'm addicted. This is a perfect show.
The reason it's so good is because it is essentially what you and I both wanted out of the Gossip Girl reboot, which was
horrible.
Garbage. So bad.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Watch Next Gen NYC. It is like there is like an exact replica of Chuck Bass in this show.
Just an evil little man.
An evil little man with horrible daddy issues, and is so rich. It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's so fun to watch. I was on the phone earlier today just wishing I was off the phone watching Next Gen NYC. It's so good.
Like, I am rooting for them. I'm wondering what they're up to. There's only like 4 or 5 episodes out. I think 5, maybe 6 today. God, now I'm like,
should we stop
recording and just watch Next Gen NYC?
No, I don't have time.
Fine. All right, what are you screaming, crying, and or throwing up about?
I'm crying.
No.
I'm crying because I've made a decision and ultimately I'm at peace with this decision and I'm going to do it. I just feel like I just have like some feelings about it and I actually don't really know what they are, but there's like some sadness.
I'm scared.
I am 34 years old and I am so gray. Like my head is so gray.
Oh.
I have so much gray hair. It's not really concentrated, so some people don't notice it right away. Sometimes it will happen where someone will be like, "Oh my gosh, you have so many white hairs," or like you're gray, whatever. I'm like, I know. I'm like, my mom was like, "You're so gray, honey." I'm like, I know. And I started getting grays in my late 20s, and it's like kind of concentrated here in the temple, but otherwise it's just kind of spread throughout. And now I've been going gray for so long that they are long grays. Like I've been growing long grays for a long time.
Cool. Because you were getting your hair colored, but just not the roots, just getting
I was
like
doing
an ombre moment.
balayage that was about a year ago, the last time I saw my stylist in Chicago, and I was like, I'm really, really gray. At this point, I had like just naturally my dark hair and then my grays, which really pop against the dark hair. And I was like, I don't really want to do all over color because I feel like it would be more noticeable when the grays grow out. So let's do some like lighter brown balayage. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that was almost a year ago, like literally last month, but next month, a year ago. And I think that if I wasn't an actor, I would just kind of go gray maybe, or just let it happen.
I'm doing a big nod.
But it's more of a business decision than anything, which makes me feel kind of like it just gives them like a twinge of sadness around having to do that. And I don't have to.
Wait, having to do what? Are you
dye my hair? Oh, I'm dyeing my hair. I'm dyeing my hair. No.
I was waiting for the decision because I thought maybe the decision was going to be that you were going to go fully gray, which I was like, wait, that's so sexy and cool. I'm so excited.
I know, and there's something that is cool about gray, and I think it's just too early because I get a lot of feedback professionally and personally that I look like I'm in my mid-20s.
So you think... Oh, damn,
my face is just too young to be so gray. And next week I'm shooting something that in the breakdown was like early 20s, and last week I went in for an audition that was 20 to 26. I am aware of how my face looks and how my fucking voice, I'm like
yeah.
So people regularly think I'm in my 20s, and I just think I do like a lot of commercial work, or that's what I primarily audition for.
You gotta dye your hair.
And I gotta dye my hair. And it's just kind of making me feel a little sad.
Okay, well, get this. It's not the end of your hair.
No, and
you won't be sad when you start booking out the ass all of these like young girl commercials.
I'm not sure how much my grays have been holding me back from the bookings, but
then when you're older, you can grow out your grays again, and you can have this really like iconic look still, but like be booking roles that are older.
Yes, and I think there will be a time when I lean into the gray and color it that way, I think.
Yeah.
Like I played Mrs. Claus in a production of Elf the Musical years ago, and they tried to give me some old lady wig, and I said no. Give me long Instagram
you looked amazing
model hair. So they gave me this beautiful inches long gray wig. I looked good.
Inches. It's like not that long.
the inches.
Feet?
No, inches. It's like how you talk about wigs.
Oh, okay.
Like inches. Are you sure? So it was like long, and I looked good with gray hair. And I think there will be a time when I go gray, maybe in my 50s, like intentionally gray and like a beautiful
even
chemical
40s,
gray.
Why not?
40? Well, I don't know what my face is going to be doing in 10 years. We can this is not something I have to decide now. But I do feel like there will be an era of my career where I'm booking like the bruja in a horror movie. I'm the bruja that the main characters visit in the second act, who explains the lore of the curse.
I can't wait to watch that movie.
And I'm like, you have to go back and look at the box. And you have to light the box on fire, or else the ghost will never escape. And you will die. You know?
Yeah, I do, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. The curse goes back centuries. You cannot escape it. You have to burn it. You have to burn the box. And that means burning your heart inside of it. You may not survive it.
Is this like a Final Destination?
Yes, but there's in every horror movie, there's the second act where someone explains what's going on.
Yeah.
And then they fix the problem.
It It's perfect in every way. Oh, I get it though. I'm crying for you too.
You must gather a sprig of lavender. You have to get a cup of stream water during the full moon. Mix a potion, but don't look in the eyes of the devil because the devil will stare back.
It really is giving Into the Woods but bruja.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you. You have the Milky Way, the slipper as gold as silk. What is it?
It's gold as silk, I'm sure.
The cape is red as blood.
Beautiful, scary.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I'm doing that today.
Today?
So I'm after my audition that I have right after this. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go home and dye my hair. Wow. Because I'm doing this thing called e-salon. Because I was very, very loyal to my stylist in Chicago.
Yeah.
I've been seeing for years. I love to be loyal to my service people, my nail techs, my hairstylist, and restarting in LA. I don't have brand loyalty to anyone right now, and it's so fucking expensive. And I was complaining.
Yeah, hair is crazy.
I was complaining to a coworker about it. That I was like, I probably should just wait until I go to El Salvador. I can get a good job for really, really cheap, like less than $100. I could get like my hair cut and colored.
That's wild.
But I don't have a trip kind of lined up, and I would still honestly save money if I just like booked a flight.
Yeah.
And went and did it. But I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
To be going to a different country to get my hair done. Not right now. I'm too busy. I'm busy. And so my friend at work was like, oh, you should check out e-salon, which she's done before, so she could vouch for it. And it's like a custom based on what you're looking for and your current hair color and how it's treated. You'll like send in a picture, and then they mix a dye for you, like a custom thing based on your hair goals.
That's so helpful.
And the first order is like $15. I'm like, yeah, obviously I'll try it.
What?
Presumably it's better than box dye.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then you can do highlights with it. So I think I will, just to get some dimension in my hair. I don't want it to just look like a stark dye job. I'm really concerned about how I'm going to look tonight.
Great.
I feel nervous.
Because I'm going to see you later.
You're going to see me later. And what if I look bad?
You won't.
I'm nervous.
You won't.
Okay.
Look bad.
Okay.
You're going to look awesome.
There's something about it that makes me feel like people will look at me and be like, fake. I feel like it will look like a bad nose job.
In Los Angeles, you think people are going to look at you and say fake because you dyed your hair brown?
Yeah.
I think you're going to be okay. We'll be back with updates, though.
Yeah, next week you'll see the dye job.
We'll see if it's good or bad. We'll have to update the listeners, the folks who aren't watching. We'll have to let them know if you look like shit or not. You're going to look good.
Okay.
This e-salon thing sounds promising. I don't know. We'll see. Have you dyed your hair before at home?
In middle school, I had a misadventure where I decided my hair needed to be purple.
Didn't we all?
And so I bleached it first at home.
Oh, shit.
And then did an unsuccessful purple dye over it. The purple didn't take at all. So then I had just like this horrible, not even a good,
like orange?
Yeah, orange, uneven hair.
No.
For like a summer before 7th grade or something. And then I box dyed my hair brown for like the next 5 years or so until it all grew out.
Oh, okay.
Because then it would kind of, I could see it wear off and I could see kind of like the blonde shining through underneath.
Oh my God.
So that was happening maybe until I was 16, 17 years old, and it finally got cut off all the way.
That is horrific.
Yeah. So I did the box dyes to rectify that mistake.
This is going to be like the box dyes. It's not going to be like the bleach job. You're going to be okay. You're going to be great. What's the worst that could happen?
I look fake and bad.
And then you'll go into the forest.
I go into the forest wearing my cape, looking for the spirits, the signs, asking them, save me from my plight.
And then it'll be fine.
Now it's time for
Venus Vibes. That was crazy. That one was crazy. I liked it.
It was beautiful.
Oh, I mean, can't someone be crazy and beautiful? Something to think about.
Okay, so what's your Venus vibes?
Well, I'm engaged now.
Show the camera. That ring. Is that the fixed ring?
It's still the
They don't know.
placeholder ring. They don't know.
They don't know.
So, just to recap for you, for the listeners, for everyone, I was minding my own business, not being engaged. Meanwhile, Joe was secretly planning an absolutely massive proposal scheme with all my best friends, and he delivered it and executed it effortlessly and perfectly. I did have a tiny little freak out that I got over. Was very delighted by the whole thing. I don't like surprises, so there was like a little bit of and then I kind of found out about a lot of it like a couple days ahead of time, and I panicked. But then it was fine. It was so fun. There was like a mission through the city, and I had to solve all these clues, and Juanita and my two other best friends just drove around with me solving the clues. And then Joe proposed, and then we had a surprise engagement party in this house, which we had not moved into yet but had access to. It was like just perfect thing after perfect thing. It was
really beautiful because
amazing.
Joe proposed to Brooke in their old apartment that they just moved out of.
Yeah.
And your first and only LA apartment, correct?
Yes.
And then had the engagement party with all of our friends in the new house. It felt very poetic, symbolic chapters.
It was very sweet. We had dinner with a friend like later that week, and she was like, and then you had your party in your marital home, and I was like, hey, you're not wrong. That's cute.
It's really sweet.
Yeah. So we're just kind of now we're like doing a little bit of wedding planning. We have like a general idea of like where and when, and it's not going to be until like early 2027. So we have some time to like figure some things out, but we're really excited.
It will be elaborate.
It will be extremely elaborate. It will be very interactive. It'll be probably really expensive. I can't wait.
It's going to be the ultimate party, the best party you've ever thrown.
I'm so excited. It's going
to be awesome.
It's really fun. So we are in like wedding planning mode, in that we like are talking about ideas a lot and like writing things down that we want to keep track of. But it's a lot of like, oh, and then we could do this thing. It's not like, oh, and we got to get these flowers. Like, I don't know what our color scheme is yet, but I do know that we're going to have a costume change.
You have to.
At least. So I'm really stoked about that. That'll probably be what a lot of my Venus vibes are about. Well, other than what Venus itself is up to. Probably be talking about wedding planning. And also Possum, the newest member of our little family, who I love dearly, and who Joe actually picked out because he's never adopted a cat. He's never raised a little kitten. And he said, I want to have that experience. You got to raise Frankenbeans. So he did. He picked out the sweetest little cat.
He's a great father.
It's so nice. Papa. Stop.
2 paws. Paws up.
Paws up. Paws Nation. For Possum. Possum. So those are my vibes.
So exciting.
This is really exciting.
And you're wearing your ring, which is not your ring.
Yeah. So I picked out my ring back in January, sent Joe the link. He purchased it. It was an Etsy purchase. Beautiful opal ring. Gorgeous. But I slept in it the night of the engagement.
Which you should be allowed to do.
Should be allowed to do. And
for your whole life.
Yeah, it's fine. Because I've been sleeping in this ring just fine. Anyway, one of the little prongs that holds in the opal snapped off. So then the opal was loose and all of the other prongs were like prying up. Like the prong itself is just like soft or something. So it just was like
Strong.
Scary to wear. At one point the opal actually like fell out and I was devastated, and then we like found it on the kitchen floor. I wanted to die. And so then we were like, I'm taking it off, I'm putting it inside of an envelope, and we are putting it away for safekeeping, and we're gonna send it into the jeweler to get it like reinforced is something that you can do. But now I think we might just like bring it to a local jeweler instead of sending it back to the original person.
Why?
Because it hasn't gotten sent in yet, and I'm like, I don't know if they're just gonna fix the prong or if they can actually reinforce it. Because they offered to fix the prong for free. I jumped ahead. They were like, we can fix the prong for free, or you can just bring it into a jeweler and they can fix it. And we were like, well, we want
on our dime?
Yeah,
sure.
we want it to be for free. I guess I can just be like, can you reinforce the prongs? Now that I know that's a thing.
Do the free option.
Yeah. You're right.
Send it in, Joe.
Joe.
Send the ring in.
Send in the ring.
Joe's out of frame. Just kind of clacking away.
Oh, but I've been wearing... the one I showed, I've been wearing this ring that just like kind of appeared in my ring collection. I don't know. It might be from my mom or my grandma. I might have just found it in a store one day. I don't know. But it is real gold. And the stone is like amethyst or something kind of pinky purple.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty. The prongs are very strong. And it only fits on my left ring finger. I was not wearing it previously because it does not fit on any other finger. It's really nice. And our recently married friend Taylor, I was talking to her about it, and she was like, I have two engagement rings. And she has 2 wedding bands. And she just wears, one of them is like simple and like just plain gold, and she wears it when she's like exercising and stuff. And then one is has like little diamonds or something and set into it. It's like a little chunkier for the wedding bands. And the engagement ring, it was like a similar thing where the first one like broke, and then they like remade it, and they're both like wearable. I don't know, but I'm sort of like, do I just have 2 rings? Oh, and the way we can make this work, I also found out apparently opal is bad luck to be gifted to you. So here's the plan. I'm going to buy the ring, quote unquote, from Joe for like $0.25 so that it's not a gift anymore, so it doesn't have to be bad luck. And then he is going to buy this ring from me for $0.25 and then give it to me, and then I can have both rings.
That's sweet.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
And then everyone just gets what they want.
That's nice.
And because the thing about wearing this ring that I feel weird about is that like, it was not part of the ritual at all, like of the engagement. Joe didn't like pick it out or give it to me, and I was just like, oh, this ring fits, and it felt weird not having like it felt weird being recently engaged and then not having a ring at all because people were like, let me see, and I was like, I'm not wearing it right now. It's nicer to at least be like, this isn't it, but it's nice, and then down the line I can just be like, here it is, but depending on my mood. I also originally was looking for a rose quartz, but it's a very soft stone, so it's really hard to find like actual gold rings with rose quartz. But this is like, looks like rose quartz.
it's getting the job done.
It's getting the job done. Anyway, enough ring talk. Let's talk about Crabman.
Yeah, so we've traveled
Fire away.
quite a bit into the future from our catch-up corner where we were hovering around 4 dates. That was in early June. So as of now, we've been dating for like 2 months, about.
Yeah.
I've
met him.
Brooke and Joe have met him along with some other friends.
We like him.
Thank God.
We're pro Crabman.
Because I was telling him it's a priority to me that you meet my people meet you. And he said, yes. And as I said, as we escalate the relationship. So we had our hometowns. We had a hometown game night for me. And you guys met him. He was on his best behavior. We had a lot of fun. It was great. You all liked him. And then we were supposed to have a hometowns on Monday for his friends.
Yeah.
But we had to cancel it because Crabman was sick. And
No.
one of the friends has anxiety about being around sick people.
Oh.
So it was like we're just going to cancel.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. I was disappointed and he was disappointed.
Yeah.
And
production had to cancel your hometowns. That's a bummer.
I know. And like at this point, am I making fantasy suites? Yes, I am. Because on Monday we're going to Santa Barbara for a 2-night vacation.
Oh my God. That's a fantasy suite. Is it?
As I told the cardiologist, I will be going to Solvang.
Solvang. That's so sweet. Wait, is this his birthday trip? He's famously a Cancer.
Famously a Cancer. So this is his birthday trip. It's a 2-day Santa Barbara / area trip.
And he has been notorious for taking you on day trips to places.
Yes.
But you've not done an overnight trip yet. You've had an overnight.
He's been
personally.
floating the idea of an overnight for a long time. He was like, say the word and we'll go.
So fun.
He wants to show me places.
So fun.
Which is great. And we'll just have a day where, he's taking me to Frogtown and showed me around.
Cute.
2 days ago, we had a Highland Park day.
Cute.
Which was nice. We had a Malibu day once.
So nice.
We had an Ojai day.
I can't believe he took you to Ojai. Joe still hasn't taken me to Ojai.
So
come on.
But here's the thing. So we have love level 1,
which is I like you.
And we will say that. I really like you, this and that. We're going on this birthday trip. We didn't complete hometowns, and we're not official. So I also got him to Love Island. We've been watching a lot of reality TV where it's just we're closing off, we're exclusive.
Yeah.
Boyfriend, girlfriend thing. We haven't had that conversation yet. And
that language has not transpired. But you have talked about purposely moving slow and purposely meeting each other's people. We were just talking you and I were talking last week how I was I think you don't need to be nervous. It's taking time, but you're still moving forward. And I think it's coming, especially on this overnight trip.
I know. I'm actually not nervous. It's not making me feel anxious or anything. I'm just now at this point.
That's great, actually.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just kind of impatient.
That's
I'm are we
fun.
boyfriends or not? Because we act like boyfriends at this point.
You do.
And I would and so I'm wondering if maybe he was waiting for his own hometowns to then,
I think
advance the relationship.
I think there's a romantic gesture in the works.
I would like to think that. I don't know if that's delusional girl brain.
I think Cancer Man's got something up his sleeve. I don't know. I'm acting like we've been talking about it. And to be clear, that is not true. I wish.
No, I didn't think that was the case.
I wish.
But you could. Well, actually, one of your jobs at our hometowns was to give him the go ahead.
Yeah, and I fucked it up.
There just wasn't a time.
I tried to pull him for a chat, and I couldn't do it without being really weird and obvious. It would have just been weird for other people at the part. It just was wrong.
And I've been the one kind of pumping the brakes early on and being really explicit about being intentional. So I think he's been following that lead, but now it's okay, we can close things off now. We can close things off. And even a couple days ago, I said I'm very serious about you. And he said, I'm very serious about you too.
It's fine. We're not seeing other people.
No.
Even though you.
But, and then early on too, I was I don't want there to be an assumption of exclusivity unless there's a conversation about it. And we're not seeing other people. But he knows that at least for some things, there has to be a conversation. So it's not I think that he's just going la la la.
No.
I'm sure it's on his mind.
It all feels it feels very intentional still. Yeah. Everything feels.
Yeah, I'm not worried, but it's also you're going to take me on a 2-night trip to Santa Barbara and I don't have a title?
Well, I will say in the Bachelor universe, there's the contestants' hometowns, and then there's fantasy suites, and then there's the leads' hometowns, and then the game is won.
And then it's the final rose.
So it actually makes more sense that his hometowns were canceled and are now coming after Fantasy Suites in Santa Barbara.
Okay. Yeah.
In my mind.
Because I think we're trying to reschedule hometowns for the week after Fantasy Suites. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
I still hope that you seal the deal at Fantasy Suites and don't wait until
I hope I
the
lose
finale.
my virginity on Fantasy.
I hope you take your journey, or however they talk about it on Love Island. That was so weird.
New this season.
I did not like that.
Anyway, so that's my update. That's my Venus Vibe update with Crabman. It's going really well. I'm happy. I feel like, you know that trope in movies where like the plucky female ingenue is in her like new publishing job or whatever, and she has a boss who is and like a slightly older female boss who's tyrannical and like a horrible boss and making the lead's life a living hell.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about All My 20s, right?
Yeah. And the strategy is always get the boss laid.
Yes.
I feel like the boss. I feel like I got laid and now I'm like just a nicer, happier person.
Like you're like that movie where like the two assistants set up their mean bosses and then they also fall in love, but like you're the mean boss. I'm getting set up with the other mean boss.
I'm the mean boss.
Are happy.
And I will say, kind of in a Sister Signs way, because he's a Cancer, I think he makes me a softer person a little bit.
Yeah. I can see that. We were talking in Ketchup Corner about like the head to heart translation, and you guys did the chart together after that episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was so cute.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's like an energy exchange that benefits you both.
Well, that's the update. We'll keep you abreast, but
yeah, next week we'll let you guys know if Juanita is ugly now and if she has a boyfriend or not.
Stay tuned. Okay, well, that's that. We're not doing advice today. We're not doing cosmic counsel, but please send in your questions. We would love to provide advice for you.
You can send us messages written, or you can send us voice memos at Super Sister Signs on Instagram or on TikTok. And you can also email us directly at supersistersigns@gmail.com.
Watch us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Thanks so much.
Bye, Star Babies.